Dana White's Contender Series 2022, week number 5, weigh-in recap show, full card predictions, and the betting breakdown. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe, turn those post notifications on, and share the video as well. We're going to go through each of the matchups after seeing the fighters on the scales. First one is Denise Gomes versus Rayanne Amanda. I'm going to be picking Denise Gomes. Now, I don't think it is necessarily a super easy fight for her because Amanda is a champion in jiu-jitsu. Granted, she hasn't had a great MMA career. And when we preview the last 4 wins, they have been absolute trash cans. Win, Danila Ribeiro, 0-1. Luciana Santos, 0-5. Fabiola Barrosa, 0-0, like debut action for Jocelyn Seibra. She's fought low-level comp, brought that record up. So now she's got that nice-looking record, but she hasn't beaten anybody of note. You look at Gomes, granted, isn't super high level yet. She does have a win in Invicta, which, I mean, the competition, Milana Dudiva, 12-8. I watched that fight, and I wasn't supremely impressed by Gomes. There was moments where her opponent had some success. And, I mean, 12-8 isn't necessarily the worst, but it's not UFC caliber. I don't necessarily feel Gomes is ready for the UFC, but she's going to be in a very winnable fight here. We'll check the fighters out on the scales. There is Gomes, and there is Amanda. Face off about the same size. I think Denise has the better striking of the two. She's the more powerful kickboxer, though Rayanne Amanda starts fast. She's going to come out a bit reckless, and I think she could get touched up by big shots. I expect a fair amount of grappling here, but I think Gomes will have the takedown defense and the physical strength to fend off the better pure jiu-jitsu practitioner. Now, Denise is a purple belt. Obviously, Rayanne is a championship-level Brazilian jiu-jitsu competitor, so it's a big edge on the floor. If she gets dominant position, something could be found as far as the submission, but I'm going to say likelihood of that is relatively low, but it's a difficult fight. I'm going to pick Denise Gomes win. I'm going to probably say unanimous decision here. As far as the lines, you got Denise at -250, Amanda at +218. Over 2.5 is +105. It's actually plus money for the over. It's a risky over-under bet, I do think, here, because it's not impossible that Rayanne Amanda locks up a sub, but I could see her losing on the cards. Denise Gomes could hit her with powerful punches, but I think fairly unlikely she stops her. I'm going to take it that she wins a decision. Win by decision for Denise is sitting at +220 best value, but it's actually at +110 over at BetOnline. So not a fantastic bet on this one. I kind of lean towards sitting off of it, though I think Denise Gomes beats Rayanne Amanda by a decision. First fight of the night gets us started off with some ladies that should deliver with entertainment. Next one is Josh Wang-Kim versus Cameron Saaiman. I like Josh Wang-Kim to win the fight. Cameron, I mean, he looks like he's 16 years old. I mean, granted, he's not old. He's 21. He's a very young kid in the fight game, and he's actually not a bad fighter. He's a southpaw who's pretty solid with his stand-up. He moves inside and looks to pressure. He has decent overhands, a little bit hittable with straight punches, and will engage in a brawl. So I think as he comes in to close distance on Josh Wang-Kim, I see good shots landed. With Wang-Kim, another southpaw, rangy kickboxing / karate stance. He has a very good kicking game, great dexterity of the legs. He's patient, smooth on his feet, good straight punches. I actually see him hurting Cameron Saaiman here. He's probably going to end up stopping him. I'm going to go Josh Wang-Kim to win by KO. We'll check them out on the scales. There is Cameron. As I said, he looks young. There is Josh Wang-Kim. And there is the face-off there. I like the karate-esque stance for Wang-Kim there, even at the face-offs. I think he's got a good style to win here. If they go to the floor, I think Wang-Kim can fend off takedowns. I think as far as the grappling skill sets, I might lean it just a little bit towards Wang-Kim with physical strength and abilities and also just overall athleticism. That's a big advantage to me. I think he's going to probably stop Cameron Saaiman on the feet. I expect both guys to bring it, looking for contracts, expect a good fight, and we're going Josh Wang-Kim by knockout. Round, I lean it towards second or third. Minus 225 for Wang-Kim. Cameron is plus 203. Over 1.5, minus 180. I think it could be a riskier play, though I think the possibility I'm going to lean it towards is a yes. Knockout win for Wang-Kim, plus 225. Riding with Josh Wang-Kim to win the bout here. And I think he probably earns a contract as well. His one loss is only by disqualification, legal elbows that hit the back of the head of his opponent. Let's get to the featured bout of the night. Erisson Ferreira versus Jesus Santos Aguilar. Listen, guys. I think Jesus Santos Aguilar has a legitimate chance to win this fight. Flyweight action. Santos Aguilar has pretty good takedowns. He's decent from the top position. Though he makes some mistakes, I look at Erisson Ferreira, 11-1, really good record. Granted, 7-1 Santos Aguilar, not a bad record either, but a lot of experience for Ferreira. When you look at his last fight on Dana White's Contender Series, it was pretty entertaining bout, but he did start a bit slow. He was on his back a bit. I can see Santos Aguilar landing takedowns in this fight. I think he has the wrestling advantage. As far as the striking from distance, yes, it leans Erisson Ferreira with a fair amount. I mean, he seems to be the better kickboxer from range. Santos Aguilar is going to be looking to close that distance and wrestle, more of a brawling boxing style for him. I think he finds a way inside, mixes in takedowns, competitive toss-up matchup, and I think Jesus Santos Aguilar is an underdog that comes through. We're riding with him to win by decision. We'll look at the fighters on the scales. There is Santos Aguilar, and then there is Erisson Ferreira da Silva. Face off too. Not a big size difference there. I mean, yeah, 5'3 to 5'6, but it's not substantial. And I think the wrestling really does favor Santos Aguilar, and I expect him to win the bout with that wrestling. You got an underdog that's very viable this week. As far as the lines for this matchup, right now, Erisson Ferreira, minus 180. Santos Aguilar, plus 165. I like Santos Aguilar to win. Lean it over 1.5, which is plus 100. It's going to be an entertaining fight, but I do think it goes all three with these flyweights. Aguilar to win by decision. Is it not available? We have Aguilar wins by finish, but we don't have him winning. No, we do have a decision. Okay, right here. Aguilar by decision, plus 325. That's the official pick. I'm expecting him to take it on the cards in a competitive bout. I would just rather money line Jesus Santos Aguilar for the win, and he beats Erisson Ferreira. Maybe earns himself a contract as well. Good fight between these two. I mean, you have a combate veteran here versus a pretty dangerous Brazilian coming back after not a bad performance on the Contender Series last time. That was 9 months ago. Big opportunity. We're riding Santos Aguilar upset. Co-main event of the evening. It is Amiran Gogoladze versus Darrius Flowers. Gogoladze should win the fight, guys. I don't think it should be that close either. You know, Darrius Flowers is a powerful striker. He comes to brawl, very boxing-heavy attack, finds shots fairly well, but he's outmatched in the size by a fair amount. 5'9" to 6'2". I think it's going to be a problem for him. Also, Gogoladze, southpaw stance, a pretty patient but comes to finish type style. He's going to start fairly quick, but he takes his time from distance. He's not going to overshoot things, but he's going to throw with high volume. Darrius Flowers, more of your pressure boxing style, looking to land the knockout punch. I don't think he finds it here. I actually think he gets knocked out. I'm going Amiran Gogoladze by KO. And also note, Darrius Flowers has 11 pro boxing matches, 1 win, 10 losses. Now, I don't take a ton out of that. Besides, he's been in the ring. A lot of these guys that do MMA on the lower levels, you know, they mix in some pro boxing. They're going to take a shitload of losses because ultimately that's not their specified style, and I doubt he's training all that hard for those fights. He's taking them to get some cash grab. I knew a fighter that did the same thing. I believe his record was like 1 win and 11 losses. At that time, he was like 2-0 in pro MMA, 3-0 in amateur. Ultimately, never did anything, but Darrius Flowers, just a similar example. Pro boxing experience, but not like he's a pro boxer that's winning fights by knockout like a Cassius Clay Collard or anything like that. He's a true bottom-tier opponent. Gogoladze win, and I am going to say by KO as far as the scales will check them out. Good shape, though, for Darrius Flowers. And then there is Gogoladze. Looks good as well. You see the size difference. It is a fair factor here. good muscle tone on Flowers, but he's not going to have the technical skills, and he's going to get picked apart, outpointed, and I do think knocked out, leaning towards second round KO between these two for Gogoladze. Fun fight, though. I do think it's going to be an entertaining matchup. Gogoladze minus 280, Flowers plus 260. I do think fight ends inside of the distance. That's minus 350. The under 2.5, minus 350. Under 1.5, minus 170. Riskier play. Gogoladze by KO at just plus 100. I do expect that to come through, though, and for him to get the knockout win. Amiran, Gogoladze for the win and the contract in the co-main. Let's jump to the main event of the evening. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to smash that like button. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. It is Eduardo Neves versus Michael Parkin. Now, undefeated heavyweights. So it's a very intriguing matchup. You look at competition level for Neves, it's a bit higher. He is the official pick. He fought Andre Vieira, 5-0. Fights Eduardo Silva, granted only 1-0, but it is LFA action. I mean, he's fighting guys that have some experience. His opponent, fighting more, I don't want to say cans, but ultimately guys with worse records, but more pro bouts, 1-10, 2-17, 2-3 is okay, 7-7, 6-9. You kind of know the level of those guys. It's very lower to mid-tier. Parkin is a pretty decent striker in his own right, though Neves has a serious knockout power advantage. Parkin does fight well from the close range with his striking. He's a tall guy, though. He wills the height advantage, but he's lacking in the speed, and I think Neves closes distance very well. I expect him to get the knockout. Parkin, I'll be honest, I think maybe the best chance is for him trying to wrestle here. He's decent from the top, and he has some okay ground and pound. He definitely could be ferocious if he gets there. Granted, I don't think Neves gives him the opportunity. I think Neves looks impressive here. I'm impressed by him as a prospect. I think maybe a prospect to watch, but at only 6'1", I'd be concerned for top-level heavyweights. As far as back-end heavyweight division, I think he can do some damage. He's a big dude, though, around the midsection. Both these guys are heavy set, but look at Neves. He's got the belly in the middle. I don't even know if he can make 205, even if he lost 30 pounds, right? He'd be, 235? Maybe he could do the cut. I kind of see him as a 205er when you look at him. And then you got a real heavyweight across from him in Parkin, who I don't think has the technical abilities. Mick Parkin, he's not going to be able to compete. And I definitely think he's outmatched in knockout power, explosiveness, and just overall tenacity. I think that you're going to see Eduardo Neves land some combos and touch him up, hurt him bad, and sleep him. I'm saying kind of leaning first round knockout. We'll go first round KO. Minus 225 for Neves. Michael Parkin plus 213. Good prospect battle. I love seeing undefeated heavyweights. I love seeing heavyweights on the Contender Series that actually are prospects as opposed to guys that are more, experienced. Maybe they, fought on the Ultimate Fighter. Or they have some pro experience, but they got some losses. You got guys who've never been beaten in the cage. Very interesting for me. And I like Neves to win. I think he's a problem. And I think he can be pretty decent from what I've seen. The hands are powerful, great hooks, good speed, multi-shot combos, vicious. Minus 135 by KO. Let's see. Neves wins in round 1 is plus 165. I do think round 1 is possible, though it could go a bit longer. I do respect Parkin's abilities. I'm going Neves by first round knockout officially, confidently, and impressively. Now, overall, we got a pretty decent Contender Series card. I do want to give you guys a parlay to send you guys off. How I would play it would be Neves and Amir Gogoladze as more of that lock-style parlay at minus 111. You want to add more juice to it. You add in a Josh Wang-Kim, who I do expect wins, plus 173. A Jesus Aguilar will bring you to plus 622. And if you went nuts and add Gomes as well at plus 906. But now you're playing with fire, trying to get everything right. Removing somebody like a Wang-Kim, and he, maybe on the off chance, but I don't think it's very likely that Gogoladze gets slept. So I'm going to leave him on there. But you'd maybe want to take out the dog. Some of you guys will be on that plus 165. Gomes, Neves, Amir Gogoladze, even Gomes, take her off, minus 111. I know the value isn't great, but this is where the ultimate confidence lies. You can play with things and add in the dog, bring you to plus 400. You can add Wang Kim, plus 173. I do think these fighters come through, but these two, I would say, ultimate confidence. But I still feel good about each of the picks. I expect them to come through. So if you did go crazy and you go for the Mystic Mac whole sweep of the board parlay, plus 906 for that. Overall, the Contender Series is going to be enjoyable. I'm very excited for it. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think of the picks. If you don't have anything to say, but you just enjoy the content, drop a W in the chat. As always, much love, my people. Smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe. turn those post notifications on and make sure to share the video as well. No UFC this week, but I will have content dropping. I will be doing some live streams. I got the money line. I'll try to do some news reaction. So keep it locked in as we await the upcoming card with Gane versus Tuivasa, which is going to be incredible. Much love. Thank you guys. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.